Hey, how's it going? I just oops, let's turn that speaker down. I had that thing wide open. I finished the Omen. It's really the Omen 2 that I think we might get more on. But it's hard watching it. It's just an old horror movie is what it is. But a lot of misinformation about the Bible and so forth. But I am going to get Omen 2. It'll be on its way to me soon. By the way, finishing up Thunderball, I was you stop and you start, and you're piddling around and you listen to the theme song. You listen to the entire, excuse me, listen to all the lyrics. He always runs while others walk. He acts while other men just talk. So that's Trump. That's what his people say. He's a doer, and all everybody else just a politician. He looks at the world and wants it all. Well, of course. He knows the meaning of success. They call him the winner who takes it all. Any woman he wants, he'll get. He'll break your heart without regret. His days of asking are all gone. Well, most definitely when he returns as the Antichrist, but he already acts like that now. But he thinks that the fight is worth it all. So all of the lyrics for Thunderball were pretty much Trump. If I do look up, hang on just a quick second. Yeah, never mind. I got it right here. Let's go. You know what else is weird is The Exorcist main character was named Damien. His name was Damien Karras. He was Father Karras. Name was Damien Karras. So you're connecting the Omen with The Exorcist. I mean, straight up. Okay. I just wanted to look and see what numbers. Remember they gave us 500 in the Omen numbers, which G500 is the number for Antichrist. So I was just curious. There it is, 500. We talked about that in a previous email. The ACDC Omen hat like a kid. Miriam McLeod, Trump equals 88 in Pythagorean numerology, which is Trump's mom. That's very interesting that somebody shared with me. The words ether, that controlled opposition channel, logic before authority, or at least Justin calls them controlled opposition. He could just be somebody that's just not real bright. I'm starting to kind of lean towards what Justin's saying, controlled opposition, because he put up a big video and I plastered on maybe the top 10 comments of his video. I wrote 2 different essays with my links to about the first 10 comments or so, because those are the ones that get the most attention or had gotten the most attention. And I'm already getting feedback where people are saying, hey, watching your video now, or they liked what I said. They sit there and they try to sell you this controlled opposition world, or these people that are just falling for it, that the poke is the mark and that the Antichrist sitting in the human body, or that the human body is the temple of God. And that's what again, the Antichrist is a human being. He does not sit inside of a body. And the human body being a temple is only for the predestinated, elected sheep, those that he knew at the foundation of the world. Goats are born goats, sheep are born lost. They get the call. And I just go over that daily on my daily Bible study channel. Daily Bible studies. It hasn't gained subscribers. Well, we gained 10 a while back because somebody got various friends, and I appreciate that. I think that was Justin. Yeah, it was Justin. In my main channel, it doesn't grow at all. It's growing a little. Again, because this is all controlled by artificial intelligence, the ghost in the machine. So, but you can see where Telling Truth, Watching Now, somebody replied, and somebody else liked one of my comments on Daniel's post. But that was Daniel's post. The abomination that makes desolate set up a study in meaning of. He just twists and twists and twists, and he leaves stuff out. And when I was listening to it, when he got up on a verse that sort of starts to contradict, he stops and moves on. He dismisses. Because when you keep reading, I mean, isn't it clear that the Antichrist stops the daily sacrifices? Well, where would those be taking? Yeah, in a temple. The temple is actually a holy place to the Jew. And it still is today. And that's who Jesus was talking to, his remnant that will see it. When you see the abomination spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, let the reader understand, flee, get out of Judea. He's talking to the Jews. Well, they've just twisted it all up. So I'm starting to think that Daniel is controlled opposition the way I heard him do that. So nice job, Justin. But one thing I did get from Daniel was ether, because the controlled opposition does tell a lot of the truth. You just have to sift through the lies and gain the things that they are exposing, because they do have to tell the truth cryptically. And what does the Bible tell us? Be wise as serpents, yet harmless as doves. So he gives us that discernment. But ether and luminous ether, the air, Satan is the prince of the power of the air. Well, just think about your cell phone. You can take a video and upload it, and it'll go on Facebook just from the phone you held in your hand. Through the air, the video will upload. Let's say you upload it to YouTube, or you upload it to Facebook, and somebody on the other side of the circle of the earth can be watching it. And like Daniel says, he says, it's magic, because that's what they do. So, and I don't even know how they do it, but they do it. So, but that was an interesting post that I made concerning the ether and Satan being the prince of the power there. I made it on in the Ethernet. I made it on my Facebook. Damien Karras. So there's Damien in the Omen, and there was Damien in the Exorcist. Of course, Damien Thorn. DT stands for Donald Trump. Donald, D-O-N-A-L-D. Trump, T-R-U-M-P. We've done that a few times. We do understand that the 666 Damien Thorn is Donald Trump, just like Donnie Darko stands for Donald Darkness, and that was also about Donald Trump. So was Back to the Future. In the Omen, the right eye takes the deadly wound, or takes the wound. I just noticed that symbolism. When I was watching, one thing I noticed, I put up one that was 9, and then, well, the one was 11, the other was 9. The 11th verse of Revelation 9, or they love that 9/11. I kind of like the way that popped up there like that. Lord's always speaking to us, right? So I can't get a copyright strike, so I can't play. What you're going to see, you're seeing the birth. Remember, they killed her kid. He thought it was a miscarriage. He didn't want her to be upset, so they talked him into taking the adopted baby. And, you see the baby and she's all happy and he's all, Well, as soon as they cut from the baby being born from another mother's womb, born of a jackal, I believe, in this movie, it cuts right to an archway, which is the symbolism for the Antichrist. Now, that is when he rises from the abyss. I think, that's the spiritual birthing of the Antichrist. Notice it went right to the arch, right to the archway, right to the birth canal, right to birth canal symbolism, which their symbolism is everywhere, with the obelisk and the dome at the Vatican and the obelisk and the dome at Washington, D.C., both city states. We know about all of their symbolism. This one is titled President of USA. I loved it the minute I saw it, huh? Oh, it's a bit much. Well, nothing's too much for the wife of the future president of the United States. And of course, Damien would end up being what? The future president of the United States. In the Omen, does Damien become president? In like the Omen 3 or something? The Antichrist, now about 13 years old, finally learns his destiny under the guidance of an unholy disciple of Satan. What's the third? What's Omen 3 about? Golly, how many omens are there? There's the final conflict. There's Omen 4, the awakening. Look at that symbolism. I mean, the Omen 4, the awakening. Watch this. Omen 4, the awakening. The right eye. Oh, the Antichrist takes a deadly wound, or alleged deadly wound. Of course, that'll be the clone, to the right eye. Look at that. Isn't that something? Yeah, it's something. Just say, yeah. Yeah, Trey, that's something. That was 1991. So there's the Omen. There's another Omen in 2006. There's Omen 2, 1978. And then there is 1981. So let's go with this one. I think this next one is the one that's part of the, yep, because it's got the little kid from the first one. Yep, he's going to be president of the United States. You've got to be kidding me. They just tell you. Now the adult Antichrist plots to eliminate his future divine opponent with a cabal of monks plot to stop. Wow, a cabal of monks plot to stop him. Of course, they have the Catholic Church as the good guys. Sam Neill plays him, huh? September 14th, 1947. Hang on just a quick second. Yeah, no big deal. They're 15 minutes apart. So, 15 months apart age-wise to the day. Both born on the 14th.
Nothing's too much for a wife of the future president of the United States.
To Zion, and there has. This was interesting, I thought. Been a comet. Design, and there has been a comet. As for the rise of the Roman Empire, he's going to tell a lot of untruths, and a lot of this stuff is from poems, and scholars think that could well mean the formation of the common market. The Treaty of Rome. Bit of a stretch. What about this in Revelation? And they call it Revelations. It's the book of Revelation. There's no S on the end of it. It just goes to show you, just when you hear people say Revelations, which Daniel Alexander Cannon does at Logic Before Authority, you always want to, understand that they probably are hacks. It says, he shall rise from the eternals. So we know that Trump is beast out of the sea. The Antichrist is the beast out of the sea.
Well, that's the poem again. From the eternal sea he rises.
From the eternal sea he rises. From the eternal sea he rises. Poem. The Omen Wiki fandom. When the Jews return to Zion. There it is. Poem from the Omen. When the Jews return to Zion and the comet rips the sky and the Holy Roman Empire rises, then you and I must die. From the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother till man exists no more.
Creating armies on either shore. That was
blah, blah, blah.
The beginning of it.
And theologians have already
interpreted the eternal sea as politics.
He interpreted the eternal sea as meaning the world.
The world of politics.
The world of politics. The sea that constantly rages with turmoil and
that is why everything in our courts is of maritime law. A courtship. Ship. Oh, this one guy was telling me all of this stuff. Jack. Yeah, my friend Jack was telling me about it, maritime law and
take over and so like
you think about currency,
like you said, with a ship too, and our bodies as a vessel, and it's actually unclaimed through that contract. Basically what goes on through because of all that, we give up our God-given right.
Well, it's not God-given right. I remember that. Okay.
Yes, the vessels are abandoned vessels. They can take them and declare ownership, I guess.
I was looking for how because he explained it, and but it's like maritime law, the way our government is set up. It's set up through the way they talk on the sea, and you step up to the docket. Just I don't know. It's just a lot. So possibly Beast Out of the Sea could have that type of reference in that which means the Antichrist is the beast from that political governmental world. Sorry for really wasting your time with that. Took me a long time to get to a pretty short place. So sorry about that. This next clip from the Omen, again with the president. At the very end of the movie, another, of course, the 666 actually became president. And here is,
Excuse me, Mr. President.
excuse me, Mr. President. And so car's ready to leave right over there. So he's talking to the president. Then they look down, and who's standing next to the president? Is the Damien guy. Yeah, a big smile on his face. So there's the top of his head right there, and that was the president right there. That's at his dad's burial. So he's now hooked up in with the presidency, and of course, he looks like Trump's kid in many ways. Before he got so big, of course. So, but I don't think Trump's kid is the Antichrist. I think that's a psyop too. I think we all know that it is Donald Trump. Somebody else maybe said something. Someone liked another reply I made. Okay, very good. So, because I went all over Daniel's page where he was talking about that. Not a fan of that psyop at all. Now, I was watching a movie called Sexy Beast, which that's Trump, right? He's the sexy beast. And the guy in the movie had Trump's hair as the sex. Go figure. And that's him sitting there. He's having a dream. You don't really see his hair much in this part. But here comes the Donnie Darko rabbit on a white mule or white horse. He's got that blonde hair like Trump. But it's the Donnie Darko dude, right? The rabbit on a white horse. He's having a dream. And so, very interesting. It's straight out of Donnie Darko, folks. And that was the movie Sexy Beast. Ben Kingsley movie very came out in 2000. Highly rated, 7.3, crime, drama, thriller. And yeah. Ian McShane. No. Ray is the one that played the Sexy Beast. His birthday is February 19th, 1957. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, not much to it there. But yeah, that's the Donnie Darko. Straight out of Donnie Darko, isn't it? And the movie's called Sexy Beast. And Trump is the ladies' man, right? But he is the beast out of the sea. So they always make these little connections. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. So that's pretty much it. We can delete these. I'm about ready to get going on my other channel with some good stuff. So, and we're going to finish that Revelation Bible study coming up here also very soon. And no such thing as free will. I don't think anybody said much. Of course, I could put that on the play no free will playlist. Good luck, James Bond. Boy, you just keep hearing that, don't you, in movies? And good luck comes to 88. But comments, that's what I wanted to do. Let's see if anybody's made comments that I have not responded to. Looks like there's a lot. Wow. All right, James Bond has the same initials as Joe Biden and Trump, turned 75 this year. Seven Kings, Five have fallen. Winter to remember. Valentine's Day. I do need to I need to redo I Pet Goat. Yeah, I definitely need to redo that. That might be something I do tomorrow. Military is going to do it in a powerful way means it's DARPA doing this technology. Okay, that could be. Never know. CDC, I should say, could be. Thank you. CDC is supposed to have a zombie page, but I haven't looked yet. Yeah, we saw that from Logic Before Authority, right? Taking us down a wrong road. That's what they do. They'll tell you some truth, and they'll always take it down the wrong road. Trump says in video he is the chosen one, looking up to the heavens when he says it. Yep, sure did. If you haven't seen the Two Witnesses video by AOC, then I highly recommend it. There is no doubt that the believers will be on the earth until Christ returns, and Christ only returns once. Good vid, says somebody, I guess from another country. Trump is the Antichrist. Proof reminders. When they type their name like that, JHON friends, yeah. See when they can put that line through the circle, and yeah, that's, I'm not sure what country that is. His videos. Madeline McCann is the Holy Grail. The 666s again. Lady convulsions after vaccinations. Kindred spirits, familiar spirits, demons. All right. Anyway, that's it. Love y'all very much. Thank you. Sorry I dragged a little bit there.